Working with your significant other. That has to be an absolute dream, or depending on the couple, an absolute nightmare. But what if you get to beat the ever-loving crap out of one another as part of your job? I'm Rick Ucchino. Here are 5 current and former WWE couples who once wrestled one another. Number 5, Miro, aka Rusev, and Lana. Well, this real-life couple now on rival promotions, as we all know, but earlier this year, Rusev and Lana were involved in a very bizarre storyline with one another in WWE. The Bulgarian Brute and the Ravishing Russian worked as a pair almost the entirety of Miro's WWE tenure, but the scenario changed around September last year when Lana fell for her, quote, hot boyfriend, the almighty Bobby Lashley. They feuded for several months, and eventually the returning Liv Morgan also joined the fray following a controversial angle. Now, Miro and Lana did not wrestle one another like other talents on this list, but they were indeed opponents during a mixed tag team match due to this feud. That matchup saw Bobby Lashley and Lana get the better of Rusev and Liv Morgan after the current United States champion beat the Bulgarian Brute with a massive spear. Number 4, Lee and Mia Yim. Now, Yim and Lee were not revealed to be a couple until they were already established as single stars in NXT. The duo has since been able to work together on a number of shows and even feuded with fellow NXT couple Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. While Yim and Lee have been able to work together on WWE television, the couple has not yet been able to recreate their incredible intergender match from Beyond Wrestling before they made it to WWE. In this particular encounter, it was Mia Yim who was able to pick up the victory over her longtime partner when she shocked the Limitless One with a victory roll. Now, might we see the real-life couple square off once again? It's possible. If you believe the rumors that she is part of Retribution, then she did contribute to the beatdown of Lee this past Monday on Raw. To her credit, Yim has proved over the past few months in WWE that she is more than able to wrestle the men if the company ever made the decision to bring back intergender wrestling. Number 3, the aforementioned Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae, well known on the independent circuit before she came to WWE because of her ability in intergender matches. LeRae and Joey Ryan would battle other male teams regularly, but LeRae has also battled several men in singles competition. One of these men, her husband, former NXT champion Johnny Gargano. The couple dated for a number of years before marrying in 2016, which was just before LeRae made her way to WWE. Just like Mia Yim and Keith Lee, when LeRae and Johnny Wrestling squared off inside the ring for a match at Absolutely Intense Wrestling, it was LeRae who won the match following a roll-up. Soon after, LeRae made her way to WWE and has made her presence quite known in NXT. Number 2, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. You guys didn't really think we'd talk about real-life WWE couples battling it out in the ring and not mention the current Chief Operating Officer and Chief Brand Officer of the company, did you? Triple H and Stephanie have been married for almost 2 decades now and have welcomed 3 beautiful daughters. But that's what's happened outside of the ring. Their alliance inside the WWE ring has become a very popular tale. Stephanie and Triple H were part of a controversial storyline on television that saw Triple H actually drug and marry Stephanie without her permission. Yep, not even making that one up. Look it up, millennials. Believe it or not, things got even more bizarre as McMahon then faked a pregnancy to trick Triple H into a vow renewal ceremony, but the game did not buy it. The billion-dollar princess aligned herself with Chris Jericho in the following weeks, and soon, Stephanie McMahon found herself in a triple threat match also involving Jericho and Triple H. Stephanie came close to becoming WWE champion, believe it or not, when she looked to have pinned Jericho, but ultimately, she was pinned by Triple H, and as per the match stipulation, was forced to leave the company. Well, for a few months anyway. Number 1, Sarath, God, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and the boss, Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks has dominated the WWE Women's Division over the past few months alongside her now former partner, Bayley. But the legit boss has been able to truly show off what she can do inside the ring since she made her main roster debut. Interestingly enough, there was a time when Banks was even able to test her skills in the ring, against her own husband. Before Banks signed with WWE, she competed on several promotions alongside her future husband, Kid Mikaze, who is now a costume designer in WWE. The couple was even able to face off as part of a show at Beyond Wrestling as Banks took on Fury, Mikaze, and Fahrenheit in an intergender fatal four-way match. The five-time Raw Women's Champion was eventually eliminated from that match by her husband after a spin kick. Even though neither stars won, both Banks and Mikaze did put on a fantastic show that night. And that's our list this time around. Can you think of any more couples who have squared off inside the ring? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, make sure to follow us here on the Sportskeeda YouTube channel.